that have been reported. We have Supreme Petrochem, which is the next management that is joining in with us, and they reported a weak set of numbers this time. We saw a slip in terms of profit of 34% on a year-on-year basis. We have the ED at Supreme Petrochem, Mr. Rakesh Nayyar, joining in with us to talk to us about the numbers as well as the outlook of the company going forward. Mr. Nayyar, thank you so much for joining in with us. What we want to understand and what we want to start by talking about is in terms of the volumes of the company. What were the volumes this quarter? Was there any pricing pressure that you've seen during the quarter as well? And what are we watching out for now?
Good afternoon. We had almost the flat volumes as we had in the previous year. Only a marginal increase of 0.5% was there. But then the growth was not there. It was actually the domestic market was down for us because of the lower lifting by the OEMs. Because of the undue seasonal rains, all the cooling appliances sales were down, like refrigerators and air conditioners, and that's the reason. The lifting by the AC manufacturers was not there. Even in the non-OEM segment, the pickup was not great as compared to the previous years. So the growth was muted this year. As far as the pricing pressure is concerned, yes, the raw material prices, they fell down as I informed you earlier in my April interaction. From March to April, third week of April, there was a drop in prices of styrene monomer. And so that also reflected here in terms of our selling prices. So these were the two reasons mainly that the numbers were impacted.
Okay. Mr. Nayyar, welcome to the show. You met your guidance of around 3.5 lakh tons of volumes in FY25. What are you guiding for in FY26?
We hope to do almost around 12% more than the previous year, the total volumes. This current was the last quarter gone by was the flat. This is generally a lean period. The second quarter is generally a lean period. But we hope that with the crop being doing well and the rains are also good, so the liftings would improve from September onwards. They should do well. And we hope to do almost close to 12% volume growth this year.
All right, 12% volume growth. What about the ABS project, which commercializes in the second quarter? What kind of ramp-up revenue are you expecting in this year and contribution next year?
This will be the first year of our entry into ABS. And already the startup activities have started, and we hope to start the production towards maybe sometimes in August it will happen. The collaborators team is also around here, and the process is on now. So we would be first testing the material at all the processors end also. So I think this year we would be only utilizing at the installed capacity 70,000. Maybe we would be for a 6 months period, it will be 35, and we would be doing something around say 50 to 60% of that this year.
That equate in terms of revenue at optimal utilization?
See, on a full capacity basis, full utilization basis, the asset turnover ratio works out almost 2. And for the current year's turnover of around 17,000 or so, this will add to maybe around 250 crores or so to the turnover.
Right. So, also just want to understand in terms of your value-added segment, how much does that contribute to the company? Because I believe in FY25, you had highlighted that, the volume growth overall in FY25 was around 8 to 10% that you were expecting. And that time you had mentioned the value-added product contributed around 35 to 40%. Is there an increase there, or could we expect this number going higher in FY26?
Yes, now when the ABS production starts, the value-added products will grow. But in the current quarter also, our value-added products were around 36% only.
Okay. Mr. Nayyar, you fleetingly mentioned your raw material styrene monomer prices, which have been largely stable in Q1. Tell us about what Q2 was in terms of pricing, or is in terms of pricing, and what is the guidance that you have when it comes to this raw material?
See, the styrene prices in the FY25 were generally closer to $1,100 during this period in the first half of the year. And then they started going down, and the drop came in from the mid-March to April end or so, the drop came by. And after that, the styrene prices have been holding on to around $950, $940. It is holding on right now. And we expect that if nothing else changes in the global scenario, this will continue.
So when you say nothing else changes in the global scenario, tell us what you're expecting, or what is that risk that you're envisaging?
The crude prices, the trade flows, the China and US, the trade agreements, all those issues are still hanging open in the global economies right now.
Has that had a bearing? Has that had a bearing on your exports business? What is your current proportion right now?
We did good exports in the last quarter, and we hope to continue doing good exports in this quarter also. But going forward, if the kind of trade flows, if the China stops buying, China's exports go down, so naturally the trade flows changes. The other markets where we are exporting, maybe the other competition will also come in there. So it's difficult to say at the moment.
Can you be a little more specific? What proportion comes in from exports, and what are you expecting that to grow at?
See, last year's revenue around 10-11% was from exports, and we expect that the same number would be there this year as well.
Okay, so 10-11% is what you're expecting from the exports going forward as well. So that will be something that we'll be watching out for. And margins over there, what is the margins that you get on exports? Is there something different, better margins there?
No. Currently, the margins there are lower than the domestic margins.
Okay. Just quickly on your guidance, which you are, envisaging in terms of volumes, I'm assuming you're going towards that 4 lakh ton mark for FY26.
That's right.
Again, what would probably be the key risk factor to this particular guidance? Would it just be the global scenario?
As of now, yes, only the global scenario.
Okay. All right. All right, Mr. Nayyar, we're going to leave it on that note. Thanks very much for joining in and speaking with us. That's Supreme Petrochem talking about their numbers, guiding for around 4 lakh tons in terms of volumes for FY26, or just about those levels. Well, we need to wrap up on the show with the news that the markets are weak at this point. So there's no further deceleration which has taken place, but the mid-cap index is underperforming, down around 0.6%. The Nifty actually has caught up with a cut of around 150 odd points. So 25,071 is where the Nifty is holding at this point in time. We'll wrap up on Halftime Report. Business Lunch up next.